30 Terran player crushing it in 2022. It's against the law, and I appreciate it. We do. Yeah, this is. I mean, it'll be fun for us. It'll probably not be too fun for Tavo, as yeah, Hanmano just going for the early cheese here. I'll be honest. Most of the games I've cast today have been extraordinarily quick. There's been a lot of cheeky plays, and Hanmano has not been away from that, as already earlier won a game with like a proxy marauder play. So this is interesting. This build will kill me a lot. Do you ever get the barracks in your natural? That build, oof, gets me all the time. Just not ready for him. Rip. That's true. These are Marines. I'll be honest, I was fully expecting there to be Double Reaper on the way. Is this just going to be a Marine contain? No, and the Reaper goes the completely wrong direction. It gets scouted now, but I mean, there is a wall. There's a bunker on the way. Why did he lower that depot? Oof. Yeah, this is very painful. Now we do have the bunker finishing though. I just if Tavo had like a high ground CC or something, I'd be really digging this. But losing 10 workers and not really having anything to show for it other than a bunker is very painful. And Hanmano can drop a factory back at home. Look at that. It's already done. There's a starport going down and could even drop a CC in the near future. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty painful here for Tavo. He's going to go ahead and just drop a CC, which I think is a fair play. Hanmano needs to be defensive back at home with no bunker or no barracks rather. Oh my god, he's building a marine in the middle line. Oh, it's so cheeky. Do it. Do it. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, I don't know if that marine gets out. That tank is like, a little too much DPS. I get that was good. That was I'll take that one. It's a bit of a stretch, but we take those. Yeah, this is actually feeling okay for Tavo now. Like, it's still a few workers behind, but it's not too bad. That's 2 base to 2 base at this point. We're going up into the same tech, and once we get into that mid-game Terran phase where we have Marines and tanks coming out, 3 workers doesn't really matter anymore, right? It comes down to where your tanks are and who's in better position and whose Raven spells get off first. There's a lot of other options that come into play, and so that early game damage, it was nice for Hanmano, but I don't think it's really going to matter at the end of the day, which is, I feel like, often how TVT early game starts. No matter how cheeky somebody tries to get, if the game doesn't just end there, we just kind of even out, and now it's just going to be about the Marines and the tanks. Yeah. It's kind of mattering. Yeah, that 3rd base being done and the extra barracks. Now it's feeling like Tavo skimping on that a little bit. The Hellions are going to dive in. Again, don't get anything done. But yeah, this is now going to go from bad to worse for Tavo, as the economy of Hanmano should be able to kind of skyrocket forward. Having that production up will be able to support it as well. Tavo, I think, needs to kind of go soon if he's going to chill on 1-1-1 production. You can't do this for very long. Yeah. Oof. Thank God. Thank God. I don't need a Villa versus a Villa again in my life, ever. Thank you very much. I don't know what I mean. I don't want it anymore. Yep. Tava's going to be able to take a 3rd base. Got to say, I don't love the Brood War CC. Not a big fan of the classic CC. I don't know how you feel about it. Don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I do. I would like that. That sounds lovely. That sounds amazing. Instead of having to treat every command center like it's a planetary, because it just might be. Right. There's a roach skin that it's hard to tell if they have tunneling claws, and there's that immortal skin that looks exactly like the stalkers with the same skin, because it has the short arms. and they have like the same. They look so similar. If you have an army of stalkers with like 3 immortals mixed in, you can't tell on first glance which ones are the immortals. You need to like actively look. But other than that, it's pretty fine. The planetary is annoying. It is funny how, yeah, for a long time you couldn't use skins, but ESL doesn't care, so now you can use skins. Although I don't know if they do in official matches. Are there skins? Well, it used to be in the qualifiers you weren't allowed to use skins, but people did anyways, and nobody ever said anything about it most of the time. Yeah. You really couldn't. That was a big problem. Banelings, there were some Baneling skins that were tough to tell as well. They were like barely had the green of the Bane or something, so you couldn't really tell which ones were Banes and which ones were Zerglings. But, yeah. I know! I used to think the exact same thing. But there's Hanmono is really pushing for a location to try to attack in here, which I don't know how you feel about this in TVT. I always favor whoever is trying to find damage, and Tavo moves across the map with the double drop, and it is getting completely shut down here. Hanmono absolutely. I mean, he's just going to kill both of these medevacs. No boost available. The shutdowns are so strong, but it gives Tavo an opening to maybe move across and catch so many of these tanks. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, he doesn't even get one. Oh. Yeah. Bit unfortunate. Got caught in that valley there. Had a chance to jump on some of the tanks. Didn't take it. And Hanmanal with so many Marines and so many Raven spells just shut down a bunch of those siege tanks. And now there's no way to hold against this many units. GG gets called. Hanmanal is going to take game number 1. A lot of good defense there from Tavo, I will say. Defending against the opponent Terran player, like moving around, trying to find a weakness. It's really difficult to make sure your tanks are constantly moving and in the right position. If you're out of position for just a couple seconds, they can get a good siege position in between your bases or on your third base, which is why I kind of favor the player who's attacking. You can usually catch your opponent out of position at least once or twice. But Tavo did a good job defending there. It was just that attack didn't end up going quite so well. Yeah, looking pretty good too. That was a very strong game from Hanmono. Obviously, the opening was very good for him, but even beyond that, I felt like the mid game was very strong for our Korean Terran. As we hop into game number 2 here, I have to say thank you to Grumald for the Prime subscription. It's a reminder to everybody out there in both of our channels that if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free to one channel every month, including both of our channels. We're both open to Prime subscriptions. Spend those Bezos bucks. 8? Oh. You ever say a number that sounds so big, but it's still too small because the actual number is insanely large? Because that's what you just did. 8 billion is an insane amount. He's at like 200 billion. Oh boy. Yeah, my brain can't handle that kind of scale. Okay. Hmm. What? Oh my god. Did she throw it at his head? Well, I mean, that's good. If she didn't throw it at his head, the amount of self-control there is pretty astounding. 6 months pregnant, gets a scale for Christmas. I would have thrown it. That would have been thrown at somebody's head. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So was the throw, I'm sure. Oh, cancel on the low ground. Yeah, that is. I think he was hoping maybe the Reapers would chill in the main base for a little longer, but the Hellions do counter the Reapers, but there is some fancy micro the Reapers can do. Obviously, the Hellions don't heal by themselves like the Reapers, so that's something that I often see taken advantage of with these proxy Reaper plays. But once the second Hellion gets out, we're gonna have 3 Reapers for Tavo. This is feeling pretty held here, as long as he's not completely out of position. Maybe a few SCVs will go down. But I think Tavo should be feeling pretty confident in this at the moment. Tavo. Oop. Oop. Yep. Okay. All right. Posturing. Chilling. I don't know why Tavo keeps going out here. Okay. Yeah. It's super cute. And I mean, it's continuing to delay the starport, but it's not really doing too much. Oh, it could have closed the depots. Yeah. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Tavo sieges up the tank, but the barracks is doing a fantastic job soaking up damage every time Tavo tries to A move. That barracks is tanking damage, and the Reapers are allowed to actually get some more damage done here. They got 1 Hellion, 3 Reapers, and 4 SCVs, not to mention the reactor. I'd say that is now definitely worth this pressure. Ooh. Ooh. That's cheeky, mate. I will. I will happily pretend to be Australian. Oh yeah, mate. That's right. I'm from down in the Cairns area, up in the north side there. Yeah, right on the coast, mate. Struth. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Good eye. Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Well, no, I was trying to do what you were saying, but with the Aussie accent. So I was too deep. I was 2 levels deep there, mate. Okay, it wouldn't work. You need a unit there. Okay. Yeah, 8 workers and a scan with the Raven out, which is a little unfortunate. Because of how late that scan ended up being. The Raven was already done. So Tavo does get some counter damage and actually takes the worker lead in this game, at least for the time being. Yeah, it definitely needs to quote a little harder and tell those Banshees never more. But at least Hamano has the quicker third orbital command. So using those extra scans is a little bit painful, but I mean there's plenty more than 2 scans worth of energy on that earlier third, and should be able to catch up in workers fairly quickly with the triple SCVs. Other than that, this game feeling fairly even at the moment. Stim going to be a little bit quicker for Tavo. And Tavo is ahead in Vikings 2-1. Nope, there it is. You're not allowed to count on stream. It's actually against the law. So, yeah. Oh, so that would be, is that 20,000 atmospheres? Or 20,000 meters, rather? How many leagues is that, though? Yeah, I have no idea. Is a league a real unit of measurement? It probably is. It's probably got like a super random ass number associated with it. One league is 13,312 inches. Oh, oh, that was good. Oh, oh, we got him. The higher your voice gets, the more likely that Viking is to die. Wow, that's yeah. But maybe it crossed 2,000 atmospheres on its way there. Like it must have gone through that map. Ugh. Yeah, I think he just wanted to make sure to clear that up real quick. I think he wasn't sure exactly how much army was there. It turned out just to be a handful of Marines. Well, I mean, it was like 25 Marines, but there weren't any tanks with that, so he didn't really need the SCVs. But also, I don't think lost any, maybe one or two. Um, but yeah, not really much going down there for Hanmano. He holds that, cleans up all those Marines, takes a decent army lead, has a little bit of a worker lead as well. Honestly, not as much as I expected after killing 15 workers. Tavo still only 4 down, and there's no 4th CC here for Hanmano, so it's still just 3 base to 3. Ooh, yeah. But I think that'll finish before the next engagement. What's the Raven count here? Oh yeah, 2-0. The Ravens can be a really big deal, especially if Tavo has his tanks split up, which he does. He's got a lot down at the 3rd base. So shutting down 2 to 4 siege tanks here could be huge. But it looks like Hanmano is just going to do the exact same thing again and take down this gas, kill a few SCVs with some auto turrets probably, and call it a day. He just does the same thing. Yep, Hanmano, very solid in that one. Definitely felt like there were some opportunities there for Tavo, but that last attack, I love the idea of trying to pincer move onto the army, but the siege up was very, very quick for Hanmano. He was already sieged by the time that bio got there and ended up kind of obliterating it. The right side went okay for Tavo, but the left side got completely swamped.